Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. Today we're going to take a quick look at a little piece of video store movie rental history that I've had probably since the 90s that I just kind of been laying around for decades the house, and I just kind of take it for granted. And it occurred to me the other day, this would be a really cool, this is probably a relatively rare video store, kind of mini standee piece. It'd be kind of maybe cool to put on, do a little bit about on the channel, YouTube channel, and maybe some people, especially since it's a horror themed mini standee, maybe it'd be, it's old news to me, but maybe it'd be a cool video topic for the channel. So that's basically what I'm doing at this point. I'm coming at you today to take a look at a really cool mini standee from Media Home Entertainment that's copyrighted 1984. And this is basically taking a look at, it's like a collage of all kinds of characters from films that Media Home Video has put out up until the year 1984. And of course, the reason Freddy's not on this is because Freddy's out in the theater in 84 and probably wouldn't come out on video until either late 84 or sometime in 85 or something like that. Otherwise Freddy would probably be on this as well. I've got some glare on it like this, but I'll take some still photos and do some really, in-depth, look at this thing as I'm talking about it. But I mean, front and center, of course, as you can see here, you've got Leatherface. I would imagine this whole thing is painted by this guy. I'll show a little thing of his kind of signature. He did the, the original VHS box for the media release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and to me, that's an image that I grew up with in the late 80s with, associated with Leatherface, so that's an image of Leatherface that I like. But apparently this guy probably did this entire artwork for this entire standee thing. And, you've got right next to Leatherface Michael Myers, of course, and to the other side of him you've got the characters from the, the film Mother's Day, the kind of, trauma-esque Mother's Day. But, it's like it's kind of a 3D, it's hard to show in a 2D video, but it's kind of a 3D thing where this here is in the background and this thing kind of curves around in front, the gravestones, and even this hand even comes out a little bit for added 3D effect. But it's basically, a graveyard with horror movie titles that Media Home Entertainment had put out up until this point, 1984. On this side here you got Blood Beach, Night of the Living Dead, the last horror film, Halloween of course, and since Leatherface is front and center, we've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and 24 other killers, and these little titles are Demented, The House That Vanished, Tourist Trap, Beyond Evil, Devil Times 5, Terror, Psychomania, Horror Express, Beyond the Door 1 and 2, Terror on Tour, The Hearse, The Dorm That Dripped Blood, Blackenstein, Demonoid, To All a Good Night, and Don't Go in the House. And then on the other side you've got Maniac, Mother's Day, and Silent Scream. But this is something that I actually got from a video store, a mom and pop place, probably in the 90s I would imagine. It just sat up there and I was just like, God, I love this thing. So just, at some point I asked the guy or asked whoever, and I said, that's really cool. I mean, can I put my name on that for when you guys are done with it or whatever? And he might have given it to me on the spot. But, and it's actually when you take it out of the room it's been sitting in, or the place but it's been sitting in for years, and you put it here, I realize I'm kind of made aware of how big it actually kind of is. Maybe 2 feet long or something like that. But this is, if I'm doing my math correctly, a 34-year-old piece of video store history that I just thought I'd share with you guys. It's like I say, it's just been sitting in this one spot for probably, a decade or more, and just collecting dust, and just, it's old hat to me because it's just, I've had it for so long. But then it occurred to me, boing, I'm like, my viewers haven't seen it. Maybe they'd enjoy having a look at this. All these characters, unfortunately, so many of these titles I haven't seen. So unfortunately, there's some of these characters here that I don't recognize. The only ones I recognize are, of course, the 2 characters from Mother's Day, Leatherface front and center, Michael Myers to the side of him, and then there's some kind of demon-looking guy. I don't recognize anyone else. A demon, devil-looking guy and a Santa Claus with garden shears, and maybe the things, you know, the figures off to each, you know, the left and the right, the far left and right, maybe they're just supposed to be zombies from Night of the Living Dead or something. But just thought I'd share this with you. It's actually pretty cool. I imagine it's kind of, I would imagine it's kind of faded. But this kind of shows you how, you know, the gravestones are independent of, you know, this thing. So if you look at it like this, it has this 3D, you know, 3D appearance to it, which is really cool. And as I said, this hand, even for a further bit of 3D fun, the hand even comes out as well. So I guess that pretty much does it for this historic piece of video store memorabilia here. You know, Media for me was a big label that put out a lot of horror movies. I'm pretty sure they put out the original VHS of Nightmare on Elm Street. I think, yeah, because they did like the Nightmare or the videos of, well, you know, they had a hand in the videos, I think, of VHSs of all the first 5 movies. I think by the time you came around with Freddy's Dead, I don't think Media home entertainment was in existence anymore, I don't think. But I think for the first 5 Nightmare on Elm Street films, the Media logo is on the, you know, the VHSs of the first 5 Nightmare films. But that's just kind of cool. I'm kind of just rambling at this point just because this is so cool. But feel free to let me know in the comments what you think of this little historic piece of video store, what's it called, video store promotional, like mini standee. I think it's pretty cool, in particular for us horror fans. You know, maybe if it was something like, you know, Robert Redford collection or something, or Sally Field, it wouldn't be quite as interesting. But seeing as how it's, you know, Leatherface and Michael Myers and whatever the hell the name of those guys from Mother's Day are, and the other characters and stuff, it makes it kind of all the more cool to us horror fans, of course. So thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.